Apparently Elton goes on safari every year, and he was in South Africa and called me at home. And I actually hadn't spoken to him in 35 years, so it was quite a surprise. The first thing that Elton said to me was he was getting ready to make a duet album with Billy Joel, and he wanted me to write some songs for it. And actually, he'd been touring with Billy Joel at that time. And then he called back about 5 minutes and said, well, that just won't do. We should do a duet album together. And so that's the way that happened.
And the air smells fresh with rain. They watched his shadow fade around the bend.
I was really grateful that he called and gave me that opportunity to work with him. And I suppose in a way he may have saved my life. But I'm pretty close to the edge now, so who can tell?
Gone to Shiloh for the union, shoulder to shoulder.
It was a wonderful experience for me. He basically treated me like a king, one of my favorite things. And we wrote in all kinds of different configurations. I wrote some with Bernie, and I wrote some with Elton, and Elton and Bernie wrote. So there's a lot of different combinations of the songs.
Well, I could have been sick, I could have died.
Well, the song Hands of Angels was a song that I wrote for Elton, where I mentioned that I wanted to give him something.
Tomorrow, like a broken hearted lover.
Talking to my wife about it, I said, what do you give a guy that has 6 houses that are fully staffed and more money than anybody? The only thing I could think of to give him was a song, and I started explaining this idea to her, and I said, well, I better write it now while I'm thinking about it. She handed me the computer, and I wrote it. One of the lines in it is Johnny and the governor, speaking of Johnny Barbas, the manager, and the governor being Elton. And so he said, well, if I got to be the governor, you're the master. So I said, okay.
There was